I just think it's always fascinating when you get kind of an inside look of being on a show like The Bachelor where you kind of don't see what's going on. They hide it so well. They don't want you to know what's going on. Did you face any backlash after saying that you wanted to kind of write this book?
I don't know about backlash. I think that they understood that there was some frustrations going on with some things that happened, some things I found out about. Just overall, it's for me. It does me no good to go and bash the franchise. I think that they're very, very good at their job. They're very, very good at being a great television show. And I tip my hat every time to them, and I have so much respect for them as workers. But at the same time, they go on to The Bachelorette, they go on to The Bachelor, and I'm here with my life after this TV show. So that's where for me, it's hard because people are like, it's show business, don't take it personal. But I'm like, it's our personal life. I'm not playing a character on TV. Like, this is my life. And I was fortunate enough to become The Bachelor, and I'm so grateful for that. So it's a fine line to answer your question of walking through being like, hey, how much do I want to reveal? What do I want to talk about? I'm not here to diss them, but I'm here to just state facts and show you guys sort of what happened and try to help you understand the process of the beast of the show.
Was there a correlation between your contract ending and when this book was coming out?
Yeah, the book came out a few days after my contract. Conveniently. But you know what? I did actually run a few things by. I took, some producers' names out of the book. I didn't want to be disrespectful or unprofessional. That was the biggest thing is I still have respect for these people. I still have respect for the franchise. And I'm not set out to get them. I'm not coming from like a evil place or an angry place. It's more of just a general understanding. I want to put facts out there.
You mentioned multiple names, like you said, and you said you cleared that with people. And then this season of The Bachelor with Peter, you talked about how, you thought that he was getting manipulated by the producers a little bit, but then you talked about how you had these angels and they were like Colton's angels. So how do you tell the difference between producers who are like truly trying to help you and then ones that you got to like kind of figure out if they're manipulating you?
Right. That's one of the hardest parts of all of this is there comes a certain point, especially early on in the process, where you have to trust the producers because they know these girls. They sat with them in casting. They sat with them and really get to see their sheet. And I'm still trying to dive in and figure out. They don't tell me information about the girls unless I ask it. So I have to trust them and be like, if they're telling me to keep somebody, I need to figure out, are they telling me to keep them for TV purposes or because they feel like they can be a good match for me? And that's sort of where maybe I read too much into it. Maybe I got too involved in the production side of things, but that was me trying to watch out for myself and take care of myself at the end of it. But you have to, at some point, you sort of have to just let go and let them guide you. But then at the same time, realize, hey, they have a goal to make a really good TV show at the end of this. So you got to watch out for yourself. It's a balancing act for sure.
Yeah. And you talked about kind of when they came to the end of your season, it felt like you made that decision. Like, this is what I'm going to do, guys. I'm breaking up with these two girls. Cassie is the one that I want. If that ends up being a failed season, I'm sorry, but this is my life. And I think that's great for people to read and also for any people, future bachelors or bachelorettes, who maybe get the idea in the head that like, oh, I have to be engaged at the end of this. Like I even if I don't want to be, because I feel like that might have happened with Peter a little bit if he had maybe said, oh, this is who I really like. This is who I'm going for. Instead, it just backfired.
Yeah. I mean, obviously I wasn't, involved at all or know anything about Peter's season. I barely watched, to be honest, because I sort of had some PTSD but I do have media, and I wasn't blind to the fact that I saw things that was going on. And I think overall I was just frustrated for Peter. I'm like, can somebody help this poor dude out? Like, can somebody help guide him or help, he could have done things better. Production could have done things better and handled situations better for sure. Yeah. But, for me, speaking from my experience, it was time for me to sort of go all in and put my foot down and say, hey, there comes a point where I can't make this TV show anymore. I mean, it comes a point where I tried my hardest to give you guys a TV show, but by by doing that, I'm compromising and I'm giving up on things that I hold a lot of value into. And that's just honoring and respecting my relationship with Cassie so much that I'm willing to give everything else up.
And even though you did think that like, oh, there might not be a TV show, that decision made it a great TV show.
Made it the best TV show. It was the best decision you ever made, Colton.
Right. Like no matter what, we still had some great TV.